Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday's Daily Dose of Stamping Therapy. I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. Oh, of course, Facebook is changing everything, so now everything's all moved around, and let's hope this all goes well. So, when you jump on, make sure to say hello and let me know that you're watching so that I know that all is going well and you guys can see me and hear me and enjoy Monday's Daily Dose of Stamping Therapy. So yeah, I hope you guys all had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend and enjoyed your time, hopefully with family, maybe just at home. I hope you weren't alone, but it's a crazy time right now, and if anything, we can just start planning a ton of time with family when everything opens up. So I really don't have anything planned for today because the new stuff came on Friday, and I didn't work a lot over the weekend because I tried to enjoy my weekend. But the one thing that I did do Friday night is some of you guys may have guessed it. I guess I'll show. I guess you can see it a little bit up there. But I used the 5-petal punch. That was the celebration item, which is in the new catalog. And I punched out the new in colors. And I put them on some of the mini glue dots. So normally Stampin' Up! Sends these mini glue dots with like kits and project sets and paper pumpkin and stuff. And I actually don't use them typically for paper pumpkin. I use my regular snail. So I have like 550 million of these things. And I hardly ever use actual mini glue dots in the box on a roll. But I knew that this would be much simpler if I just stuck them on. And actually Brad did a few of them for me towards the end because we were ready to watch some YouTube and watch, or did we watch a movie? I think we just watched YouTube Friday night. But yeah, so I just stuck all of them on, and here's my leftovers because I finished up and didn't pay attention, but it looks super fabulous. If you go back to my photos, I posted it on Friday night, I think, saying, guess what I'm working on, and ta-da! Isn't it gorgeous? I absolutely love it. So these are my bookmarks that I'm making for the first 50 catalogs that I'm sending out. So a lot of these like are already spoken for, but I still have 1,000,001 catalogs. So if you are still waiting to or not still waiting, no one's gotten a catalog yet because they haven't been shipped, and I still have mine. Mine showed up on Saturday. So if you would like a new catalog, then message me your address or say catalog in the comments, and I will get one out to you. But yeah, so I'm still waiting on the plastic sleeves to slide those down into, and then I always add a little bit of the in color ribbon to the top. So I will show you those once my sleeves come in. I think they're supposed to come in tomorrow. Definitely didn't plan that right. Although I always say I need to plan it correctly and work on them earlier. And I never do. So I don't know what's up with that. Like I usually buy them in a pack of 100 and I make 50 a year. So like next year, I'll probably start working on them a little bit earlier and think, yeah, I got this. And then the next year it'll be catalog time and I'll be like, oh, do I still have some? Oh, I guess I need to order them. Ooh, probably should have ordered them a week ago. But that's how it goes. And it's like a vicious cycle. So I don't know that it'll be able to stop it. But yeah, these little flowers are gorgeous. I just looking at these, I'm like, let's just like lay them all out. They're just so pretty. And I'm still so in love with that pink. It's my all-time favorite color. Yeah, it's just absolutely fabulous. So I wanted to show you those. And then one of the other things that I thought I would show you guys is assembling some stamp sets, because I know we get excited, stamp sets arrive, we're ready to stamp, but we still have to assemble them. And this is something that you may be seeing for the first time as a new stamper. You may be seeing for the 100th time as a seasoned stamper, or you might be getting some tips and tricks on how I do it that might work better for you. I mean, for the most part, there's no real right or wrong way to do it, but I'm going to show you how I do it, and you can take note and possibly do that with your stamps. If you are sitting there watching me, which no one has commented, so I sure hope this is all going well. If you're just jumping on, welcome. Say something. Let me know. Oh, okay, we got a comment. Hi, Karen. Welcome. But if you're watching and you are in your craft room, perhaps, or you have a moment to be able to do it. I know some of you guys might be watching while you're still working, or on lunch break, or, you know, while the children are screaming in the background or upstairs, but she's with her daddy, so it's okay. But yeah, go get some stamps and do this with me, because then you'll be ready to stamp and ready to go whenever you get those creative juices flowing. So, hi Casey, welcome. I hope both of you guys had a wonderful Mother's Day. Oh, something's in my eye. I feel like allergies are at an all-time high. But anyway, I take my little sticker sheet, peel off the sticker, or like the backing of the sticker. So it's like split in half. So just peel off one half and then go and peel off the other half. If you're peeling off this sticker and the clear sticker starts to pop up, then just peel off the one half and leave the other half, and I'll show you like what to do for that one. Hi, Liz. You're here holding down your basement? Okay, good. Well, that means you're in your craft room then. So pull out some stamps and let's assemble them together. Okay, so this sunflower is going to be so much fun because there's so many little like wiggle waggles to it. But so I'll do the greeting first. So then you take your coordinating stamp, peel the sticker back off of that. So it's like a paper back, and then it just has like the foam there. And then lay it down on your sticker sheet and press. And then now this one is all good to go. So I like to do it where it's laying down and not me trying to hold it or stick it or anything like that. One, because me not touching the sticky helps keep it sticky and avoids, you know, one of those issues where like the little kitty is trying to get it off his hand. So it avoids any of that. I don't want to touch any of the sticky. But the other thing is whenever you're holding it, if you pull it too tight, your stamp is going to go like this. If you don't pull it tight enough, then it's going to go like this, or you're going to end up with like overlay. And let me tell you, it's really hard to sit here and try to like, ooh, I almost got my elbow in it, and try to get it done all visual and holding and everything. So it's always best to just kind of place it down on a flat surface where it's nice and hard, and then you can tell that it's getting that even placement. Plus, I can kind of like, I usually find like, so for this one, I might do it like on this end because, you know, these points are very like obvious that I'm lining it up. So I sort of like set it and then lay it. And that way, like, I'm not just going straight down. I'm kind of like lining it up and looking right here and then making sure I don't need to like tilt it up or down, you know, like, because you don't want to move it a lot. I will say, like, if you messed up and it's too far gone, just lay it down and trim off any of the excess, or, you know, maybe you could even put a little mark on it that like denotes that you need to stamp that on scrap paper to see that that image always needed to stamp a little bit off. I definitely have a couple greetings where I'm like, I swear I'm stamping it straight, but it comes out crooked every time. So I just know, okay, well, now I need to stamp it like this because, you know, I assembled it wrong. Because let's be honest, we're all going to assemble things a little bit differently, just like we're all going to stamp things a little bit differently. And that's okay. There's no problem with that. No one's perfect to be able to get it each and every time. So no worries on that. So I will show you also if, like, especially on small ones or like long and skinny ones, this sometimes happens where, whoa, that is not that greeting. That's not that greeting. I almost put it on the wrong one. Thank goodness I caught myself. And sometimes I leave them on there and sometimes I take them like back off. Just kind of depends. But I will show you what happens if you do start to pull some of the sticker off. So I hope you guys all had a wonderful weekend. Kind of wish it was a little bit warmer. Not a huge fan of this cool weather. I am ready for sunshine and warm weather. I'm going to do this big flower just to get him out of the way. This one is going to be a little tricky. I'm kind of a little nervous about how I'm going to find out. Okay, so I can see that this kind of goes up and down. I'm going to kind of look at those in the inside. Oh, and there's this curved petal, which is like right about here. So now that I kind of have like a basis for it's about here, then I'm going to kind of start to lower it and look. Okay, I think it's right there. And again, I'm just going to have to go for it at a certain point. Because you can't sit there and like hover all day and then try to peel it back off. It is what it is. We're going with it. And I would say for the most part, it's not going to be a problem with a big image like this if it was a little bit off, because like since it's not a greeting that needs to be like rotated specifically, then you should be fine. Now there is a framelit that matches it, but most of the time I die cut after I stamp, so I'm not really that concerned with that. If I were to, for some odd reason, die cut first, then it might be something that I would like use my Stamparatus to make sure I was lining it up perfectly. Hi Cindy, welcome. So that one's done. Now I'm going to show you what to do when the sticker starts to peel off. So we'll do this long one. So if the sticker starts to peel off, which of course it didn't, and it's probably not going to on video with me because I kind of want it to, then I would just peel off the one side so that I still have a no sticky side that I can like hold it back down and say, don't get up yet. So that is still down. I'm then going to line this up like I normally would. But since I'm not going all the way down, like I've sort of, now I have like a finger spot on this side. And I'm just going to kind of bend the stamp up. And then now while holding it, peel off the other side. And then like I've done with all the other ones, lay it down. So you can do that to where you're only kind of messing and like, so there, it's actually like peeking out a little bit there. So I can always take my paper snips. I don't know what is going on with scissors, but I've lost like all of my scissors and I couldn't find them over the weekend. And so I just got out another pair. I know that's like the worst thing to do because then it just like causes more and more chaos. But I remembered that I took up both pairs of scissors that I have down here because we don't have any upstairs. That's a lie. Upstairs to do a craft project. I finally did that hand project. So Brad did his hand in blue. I did my hand in the new Magenta Madness. And Claire did her hand, or we did Claire's hand, in yellow. So now we can lay them all on top of each other. And then I need to find the greeting again to put it on white and say like something about quarantine 2020 and This is where we are hand in hand or close at heart. Something along those lines is what the greeting is. It's super, super cute. But I also thought it might be something that we could do like every Mother's Day, only because that's when we did it, or every, end of the school year, anything that denotes April, May, or just May, I guess. That's what this is. And see how, like Claire's hand grows. Although Brad laughed, Claire definitely is going to have Brad's fingers, like the long and skinny fingers, and I have like short frumpy fingers, because I'm pretty sure her fingers are almost as long as mine are right now. And he laughed and said, "Oh, you mean whenever your hand becomes the front hand, because Claire's hand is going to be bigger than mine?" Probably. But yeah, I thought it would be super, super cute. Hi, Nancy. Welcome. Yes, this big sunflower is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to do it in like every shade of yellow, but also with like that whole black and white yellow pop. I'm super excited about that, and can't wait to play with this one. Claire is hiding the scissors. Yeah, when I had them upstairs, she did try to help, and that was scary. So definitely need to put scissors up high. But yeah, I think I see the two that I brought back down, but I don't know where that third pair is. The other thing that I wanted to let you guys know about is don't throw this away. So I always used to throw it away in the past, but don't throw it away, because I'm going to show you a fun trick. You don't have to peel off the back of it, but you also can peel off the back of it if you want. I'm going to go ahead and peel it off. It just makes it like a little sticky, and then the chunk of stamps is going to stay still. But I'm just going to put this back in the stamp case. And again, you want to be careful as you lay it back down, because it does have that sticky, that it's not like super distorted, because otherwise your stamps aren't going to fit back into it. So you do kind of want to lay it down and make sure you're not pulling and tugging and pushing and things like that. And then I'm just literally going to puzzle piece my images back in. Yeah, I'm going to tell you another fun trick to make you not lose your mind over this image. Okay, so since we're puzzle piecing that back in, then I'm actually going to take my green Sharpie marker, and I'm going to make a mark on the stamp and on the foam. I'm actually going to do 3. So, see those green marks? They're on the stamp. They're not actually on the sunflower. They're on like the flat part of the stamp. And then they're on the stamp like frame. So like out here. So now whenever I go to put it back in, I just know I need to line those up, which actually, now that I think about it, maybe I shouldn't have done 3. Maybe I should have just done the 1. Because now I'm going to be like, is it here, here, or here as a triangle? But it'll be okay. Have I seen the footprint stepping stones? I'm not 100% sure. I have seen some footprint stepping stones. Send me a picture, Casey, so that I know exactly what you're talking about. I know a friend of mine is doing like, and maybe this is what you're talking about, is doing some sort of stepping stones where like each year she makes like another stone, because she's like giving them to the grandparents, I think. But yeah, it's something about like molding her daughter's foot in the stepping stones. And so like, I guess you'll have like 18 stepping stones by the time they're heading out of the house. Something like that. Maybe that's what it is. Hi, Tammy. Yes, too many spaces to look. That's why I hope you guys are proud of me. I took down the table that was over there and cleaned up, and then started my mess all over again. But yeah, I cleaned up and moved it all to like over here, which I hope you guys can't really see a lot of it, because that is a sneak peek of the next virtual class coming out. So that's exciting. But yeah, I moved because I got that table to do that, but I actually hate card tables for any sort of stamping because one, it's got that cushion top, and two, card tables have all the give in the world. Like I swear a card table might as well be a trampoline because you press on it and it goes whoop. So like when I got it out so that I'd have space to just leave that over there, then I was like turning and trying to actually stamp on my hard table because of the swag, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is done. I'm so proud of you. I want to see your stamp room, Karen. I can't believe I haven't seen it yet. And I love getting tips and tricks and ideas and seeing other people's craft space. So yeah, I want to see your craft space. Any of the rest of you guys, if you want to take pictures of your craft space, then send them to me because I would love to see them. Hi, Laura. Welcome. The old jar of love. I know which one you're talking about. And it's none of these. I guess it's back there. I don't know. I had that stamp set, but I have gotten rid of it because it retired. And I can't remember. Let me ask around to a few of my stamper girls and see if they still have the jar of love and to see if it fits. To be honest, I will say that it probably doesn't by the slightest of hairs because that's how it usually goes. It's like, you know, they come out with like a heart punch every other year or whatever it is, or a heart framelit or a heart, you know, whatever. And it's like this time the heart is squatty and like fat. And then this time it's super long. And then this time it's like the perfect, like normal proportion. And so it's like they put them off just a hair just to make us buy more product. And it works. That's the thing. So let me ask. Let me write that down because I will forget. Jar of love. New punch. Laura. So I will find out and I will let you know. Hi Beth, welcome. The punch does not fit. Ah, look. We already have an answer. Tammy, you are amazing. Now I don't have to worry about that. So thank you. You guys are all awesome. You guys are fabulous. I'm so excited. And this is why we have such an amazing stamping community. And you guys, yeah, you guys are just absolutely amazing. You have to have that perfect village of people to surround yourself with who are there to lift you up and be there for you all the time. So yeah, you guys are awesome. I always say, you know, like they've always said it takes a village to raise a kid, and I 100% believe in that now that I've had a kid. And I am just so thankful that we have an amazing village. A lot of my stampers, all of you guys have been amazing in, you know, chatting with me about Claire or anything like that. So far in the almost 2 years, well, through pregnancy and everything, through classes and stuff like that, and just chatting and asking about Claire, that always warms my heart because one, I always love talking, and I super love talking about my daughter too. So yeah, you guys are all amazing. I love it so much, and I'm just so thankful that we have an amazing group. And then look, we also have an amazing village for stamping too, and asking questions and sharing tips and tricks. And it's so crazy. I sometimes forget to share some of the tips and tricks of the things that I do because they seem silly or possibly even like obvious to me. but yet it's not obvious. And so it's definitely something that I should share. I've done a few things, you know, at a stamp class or something, and somebody's like, whoa, wait, what did you just do? And I'm like, oh, you haven't done that before? You just blah, 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 blah. And they're like, no, but that's amazing. So yeah, anytime one of you guys asks a question, a lot of times I like to share the answer with all of you guys on a Facebook Live with Daily Dose of Stamping Therapy now, or a blog post, or a YouTube video or anything like that, because I know that if one of you guys has the question, someone else has the question too. So they're just, you know, maybe not as outspoken to ask it, or haven't had the opportunity to ask, or possibly didn't even know that there was a trick to do it better or something like that. I know I'll be talking to Brad about something that I'm doing, and he's like, well, why don't you do it this way? And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, it's always great to share tips and tricks, or anything that's like frustrating to you or annoying with you in stamping and not your favorite thing to do. Reach out. Maybe there's a better way to do it, or maybe I'll just have to tell you, no, that's how it is. Fussy cutting, it's how it is. It's just cutting. And I have no way to fix that unless there's a framelit, and there's not always a framelit or a punch. But yeah, fussy cutting is something I don't really care to do, which is why I typically don't do it. But every once in a while, it just needs it. So it totally works. That's awesome. Yes, I'm so glad. You guys are all so amazing. So yeah, I'm just assembling a second stamp set here. And then if you guys have any other questions, then you can ask. This one has like a weird inside-outside stamp for a little bitty image. Oh, here it is. I was like, where's the long greeting? So I'll show you guys how I plan on doing that one. Whoa! I almost did it backwards. Oh, and of course we have to ask, what is everybody having for supper tonight? We are having pork chops and rice pilaf. And I'm excited. Okay, so this image has, it's like a little circle wreath, like a wire wreath thing. And then it's got like a border, and then it's got another stamp on the inside. So it's actually two separate stamps, but it's all together. So these are like fairly small images, so it's not really that big of a concern, but the sticker is exactly the same. So I'm going to peel off the wreath backing, I should say, and I'm going to try to peel off that center one. But I'm not going to peel off what is not a stamp. So I've peeled off the wreath and those 3 dots, but not the border stuff. And so now I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to peel off the wreath, and that middle one wants to come off. Delicate. So I just like, it's kind of perforated in a couple spots, so I kind of pushed it back. And then now let's see if I can do the inside one too. Okay, got it. So now I'm just going to line it up, and both of the stamps should be lined up perfectly. Should. That's the key word. Tammy, practice makes perfect, as always, but otherwise this I have found to be the easiest way, and I'll be honest, I don't assemble all of my stamps. So sometimes in my stamp garage sale, there's stamp sets that are never used and never even assembled. I feel horrible to say that, but we've all been there. So now it picked it up perfectly, and I'm just going to then pop it out. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the main reason why I puzzle piece all my stamps back in. You may have heard me say it before. I don't know whether I want to save this little piece or not. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save it. So I'm going to peel this off and then stick the whole thing back in. But I'm super crazy and clean everything every time it comes back into my house from doing a class or from that table to back on the shelf. So I clean everything with rubbing alcohol, which now I'm like, I'm doing good. I was prepared for this for the longest time. But yeah, I always clean stuff with rubbing alcohol because one, it keeps it like sanitized. So I don't want someone to come to one of my classes and say that they got sick because, you know, the person next to them was coughing. I can't do anything about that, but I can make sure that it's not on, you know, my supplies or anything like that. So I do that, but it also cleans the ink off of clear blocks and cleans the sticky off of scissors and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a win-win all around. It does kill my fingers, which is why I have gloves down here in my stamp room too. Just regular plastic gloves, which has also come in handy during this crazy time. But before I ever put it back on the shelf, I count to make sure all my stamps are there. I also count to make sure all my stamps are there when I'm packing up after doing a class, you know, outside of my home. So whenever I do it inside my home, it's usually like a one, like I count it over there and then put it back on the shelf. So I only have to do it once whenever I'm here at home, but I do it twice whenever I take stamps out of my home. So I just want to know that I, you know, don't like 3 weeks later, I'm like, oh, I'm missing a stamp. And then I'm like, when did I last use that? Because I want to let that go and not have to think about more things that I'm already thinking about a million times a day. So now I don't have to count anymore. So I can just look and see that all the images are there. For example, like if I had them all loose, then I would have to sit there and be like, oh, there's 11. And then, because this is what I used to do all the time, I would count that there's 11 on the front. I think you guys can see that. And then I would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, they're all there. Or have to figure out which one I'm missing because I'd be like, yeah, that one's, okay, that one's there. Yeah, and that, oh, it's this one that's missing. And now I don't have to do that because I can just look at the back of it. And as long as it's all set, I know we're good. For example, this one, you can tell it's missing 4, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's missing 4 of them. So I don't have to actually count. Well, I have to count to 4, I guess, but I don't have to count to 11. And it's quick and simple for me to be able to see that there are images missing. And then also I can see, oh, I can also see that I forgot to take some of the paper backing off. But I can also see which ones are missing too, because I'm like, oh, it's that small one, or oh, it's that leaf looking one. So that makes it a little bit easier too. And it makes it a lot quicker for me to put all of my stamps back on the shelf after an event. So that's a little handy dandy tip for why I like leaving the foam in there. And when I open the stamp set, like if I were to open it like this, they're not all falling out on me and like mangled in there and shaking all around. They're, you know, held tight and in place, and I can easily find them. It's definitely helpful for things like greetings where you're like, well, they're all long and skinny, but they all say something different, and you're sitting there for 20 minutes going, where's the birthday? Trying to find out which one is which. That does not go on that one. Okay, this is going to be my last one. I'm hoping to get a chance to play with a couple of these so that I can do some projects with you guys tomorrow using some of these, which is kind of why I wanted to do this today, because I get to chat with you guys, do a little stamping therapy, and also prep for tomorrow, where hopefully we can stamp with some of these new products and start playing with them. I am super excited and I can't wait. But I do have this project that I really need to finish before I get into all of the new stuff. It's one of those, like, I'm 90% done. I just have one card that's like half done and I need to finish. So I need to really just finish it and mark it off my list before getting into something else. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. I'm glad you enjoy my videos. I enjoy chatting with all of you guys and hearing what you're having for supper, which no one has commented. Who's having meatloaf tonight? I guess that's what I should really just say, is who's having meatloaf, because I feel like you guys are always having meatloaf, and it's crazy. So yeah, 2 sets are done and ready to go. 3 more to go, and they're all big. Maybe I'll do this while watching TV tonight. Although we don't really watching the TV. We don't really watch what is considered real TV anymore. Because we're always watching something online. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Here are all of the new in colors that I showed off in the very beginning. Of course, if you are watching the replay or watching this on YouTube, then a shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for watching, and I love it. I also go back through all of my comments and read them and let you guys know, like, if you ask a question, I can answer it and everything like that too. So, so if you ever have anything, then give me a shout out, say hello, let me know where you're from, let me know what you're having for supper, whatever you want, because I enjoy seeing all of that and reading those comments and interacting with all of you guys, because this is Daily Dose of Stamping Therapy. So yeah, leftover barbecue burgers and broccoli. Oh, barbecue burgers sounds amazing. Oh, I love burgers. We need to plan for those this week, I think. Although I don't know. We still need gas for our grill outside. I'm not sure where to get that either. I mean, I guess Home Depot, because where we used to get it is closed. We used to get it from like a place that sold campers, and it was super cheap and awesome. But yeah, I don't think they're open anymore, and or not right now. So who knows? But anyway, it is also almost 1 o'clock, so that means it's nap time for Claire, so I need to get upstairs. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Give me a little thumbs up to say hello, and I'll see you guys all later. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.